Good afternoon once again. So sorry for the interruption. The defendant did not give his consent to be shown live. So bear with us as we interview the parties, the complainant on live while the defendant on audio. Good afternoon once again. The Chairman, Human Rights Defenders and Access to Justice Advocate Center. Our legal department, co-comrades and viewers, PIM is a solution. Live from Ikeja, Allen Avenue branch, we are presenting to you case of domestic misunderstanding reported by Mrs. OLUWAFEMI OMOLAYO against Mr. Demola OLUWAFEMI. Both are live here. Please join us as we interview them for a peaceful resolution. Visit our website on www.hrdac.com.ng. Thank you once again, and happy weekend to every one of you. All right, Shulua family, let's hear you out. What is the issue? How did you meet the man? What led to the misunderstanding and all that? What the,
My name is Mrs. OLUWAFEMI OMOLAYO. I'm legally married to Mr. Ademola OLUWAFEMI. This is my marriage certificate here at Alimosho local government. I met my husband through my sister sitting here with his friends. His friend, that one is not here. So what really happened is that on the 22nd of August 2019, my mother-in-law sent for me that I should help her to get some items at the market that he collected her sample, that I should get some items at the market for her. So she sent my husband to me. So on the 23rd of August 2019, I went to the market. That's on Friday. I've gotten all the items. I have taken it to their place. On my way coming, I had an accident that is God that saved my left hand. I could not lift the hand for months, which my husband is aware of it. A good Samaritan helped me down to my office because I'm an auxiliary nurse working in a private hospital. So I called my husband that very night. He now came second day with the brother. So on the run in my office, they gave me 2 weeks leave to go and stay at home. That I should stay, that I should not use the hand to do anything. That if I'm able to rest the hand, that the Lord will take control of the hand with the drugs that my orthopedic doctor wrote for me. So on the line, my husband went to my dad. The person remaining for me as dad, that's my dad's junior brother, that is not interested in me anymore. My dad now asks him that, did my daughter commit any adultery? He said no. Did she brought man at home? He said no. Or did he met her under a man? He said no, that I did not do any of it. That it's just that he's not interested in me anymore. My daddy now said, okay, as an old man, that he gave him a week to go and think about it very well and come back to him with his family, that he cannot deny me as a daughter. That once you said you are not interested again, there is no problem. That you should come with your family. That once you are not interested, let's sit and discuss on how to take care of the kids, how to feed the kids, and how to pay the school fees. My husband did not come back. My daddy tried to call him after that 1 week. He did not pick his call. My dad now called the dad. The dad now said his son has gotten another wife, that is no more interested in me, that I should go away. My dad was like, if it happens that my enemy died on the accident, what will have happened? Or I lost my left hand on the accident, what will have happened? His dad said he's less concerned about that. So that was how he stopped. He did not pay school fees. He did not feed the kids. He did not know how we live. I stayed with my mom then. So after like 7 months, he now came on a day. He met my small boy outside because I have 2 kids, 2 boys. Then the older one is about 8 to 9 years. Then the smaller one is about 4 to 5 years. So he now gave the boy 10,000. The boy now ran to call me inside. When I got outside, I met him. I said, "What happened? Hope all is well." He said he bought 10,000 naira for their feeding. I said, "Okay, after 7 months, you brought 10,000 for feeding. What about school fees? Are they not going to go to school, or will they eat and stay at home and play?" He said he's less concerned about that. All he knows that he knows what to do. He knows what people are telling him to do. That if he do what he wants to do, I will regret what I'm doing. I said, okay, you can go on. Initially, I have it in mind to go to human rights, but when I called my dad to that decision, he said I should hold on, that I should not do it because of my kids, and that there is nothing God cannot do, that God can still settle the case, that I should just hold on. So the second day, my husband went to Meron police station, human rights. He went to report me there. So they now called me and invited me there. When I got there, he has invited a lot of people and his brother to talk against me. When I got there, I just pick a point and give them there. And I met a lot of women that are mothers. I gave them points of what happened, and they now like looking at themselves that what kind of a thing is that? They now face my husband that assuming I died in that accident, what would have happened? What will, do you expect people to be saying about your family and this and that? You know, he was the one that went to report me. They now asked him, what did he want? He said he wants to have access to the kids and he wants to be taking the kids home himself. That he will be paying their school fees and feeding. Okay. The woman now asked me that what did I want? Am I okay with what he said? I said, no problem. He now said he wants us to be sharing the school fees together. The woman said, am I okay? I said, no problem. The woman said I should calculate all what that concerns the kids' school and we should divide it into two. Initially, I've paid for 2 terms before he came. The woman now said, okay, I should divide the money into two, that he should pay me the money. And he said he's not interested in me there again. So the woman I said I should calculate the money. I calculated the money is about 180 plus. His own money is about 90 something thousand. The woman now said he should pay me the money. My husband said he doesn't have any money with that. He's not going to pay me. He don't have up to that money. The woman now begged me that I should divide the money into three again, which I divided the 180 plus into three, which is 60,000 plus. The woman now said my husband should pay me that 60,000 plus. He said he's not going to pay me any money, that my load is affecting him, it's disturbing him, that I should come and pack my things. And I told the woman that if he's able to pay me that 60,000 plus, I will add money to it, then rent an apartment for my kids to be living. So since then, he has refused to pay me the 60,000 naira. So that was, since then I've been with my mom. So my husband will now go to the kids' school. My husband will collect bill for the children. My husband will only pay for the small boy. He will not even bother to pay for the older one and some money attached to the school fees. We did like that for like 2 times, and he paid the feeding money for some months because I have evidence of everything I say. I have a lot of the money he has paid so far for the kids. He stopped. So they said he's able to, he can come and pick the kids every 2 weeks, which he has been doing. My husband will come to the house and pick the kids. So on the day he will pick them on Friday, return them on Sunday. Like 2 times, my husband will return the kids, he will drop them at the bus stop. At times, he will drop them for his junior sister. He will give them to the junior sister to drop them at the house. That one will drop them at the bus stop as well. The kids only will walk home by themselves. The last time he did the same thing, he gave the kids to the church member. And those people dropped my kids at bus stop, and it was the grace of God that said that small boy he raised small for bike to eat him. It was an old woman, a stranger that I never knew, that brought the kids to the house, which he was chatting on me that, what kind of a woman are you, this and that. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. I was like, who will I tell what is happening? That there is nobody that will understand what is happening. That was how I keep my kids. Then I went back to the woman rights that my husband, this is how he's being careless with the kids, and that's the only kids I have, and they are very precious to me. I had 2 CS for them, so I don't want to play with them. So I have to report back to the woman right that this is the way he's being careless with the kids. The woman now said I should not allow him to pick the kids again. That if he asks me, I should tell him to call her. So the last time he came to pick the kids, I did not allow him to pick the kids. He now called the woman. Maybe the woman now told him that he shouldn't bother going to pick the kid. So far he's being careless because the kid reported many times that when he picked them, he will go and drop them with his family. His mother at Abule Iroko inside some water, that they will just be playing all around, or he will just take them home. The girlfriend that is befriending, that will be feeding my kids, which I'm not too comfortable with that. So that was what happened about that. And since then, he has not been paying their school fees. Even till now, this year, my husband has not even called the kids or say he wants to pay their school fees or say he wants to feed them up to now. What really happened that brought me here is that where I was living in my mommy's place, they gave my mom a quick notice to go out of the place, which my sister sitting here said she should come and join her in her place. So that was why I said the place is too far for me to be going. So that was how I was able to get an apartment for myself. So in order not to make any quarrel or make any issue with that, I went back to the woman rights last week Wednesday that they should please, I want to go and pack my things from my husband's place, that they should please help me to call him, or they give me notes and the police to go with me. Let me just go in and pick all what I need inside the house that is mine. Let me just go away. I don't need anything from him. Since he said he's not interested again, let me pick my things and go away. So on getting there, the woman said, okay, she's going to call him. So the woman now called him the following day that I should call her back, that he will give me a report of what they have discussed. I now called the woman. The woman said he has called my husband, that my husband gave the phone to somebody that is a wrong number. It's a wrong number. Okay. It's an MTN that I knew very well that is using, that is no wrong number. I now call my second sister, which is our own friend that knows about us. That I went to Omara to pick my things. But they called my husband, they said it's a wrong number and this and that. I'm confused that she should help me to call him. That one now called him. He now picked his her call. He now went to my sister's place. On getting there, my sister now said, I call you pertaining to the issue of you and your wife. That's what really happened. He said, no, they should not call me his wife again. That he has gotten his own wife and he has gotten his own children. That his wife just delivered a baby. So they should not call me his wife again. That was how my sister said, okay, no problem. This is the issue on grant. So when can she come and pick her things from the house? That was when my husband, they say he started shouting that no way, he has remarried and his wife has given birth, that I cannot come in, this and that. My sister did not know what to say again. He now called me and put it in speaker that I should hear what he's saying. I heard his voice shouting, nobody can come in, this and that. My sister said, okay, can we make it this way? Okay, let me go in. Let's her stay in the compound. Let me go in and pick the thing for her.
Please control your hand so you
Okay,
don't hit
that let me pick the things for her. They say my husband said there is no way I'm going to go in and pick my things. That he will go and rest an area boys that will pack my things outside the gates. That was when where I will pick my things. My sister now said, okay, you are a Christian and you are a clergyman's son, according to him. That you should say the truth. That house, did you rented the house together with your wife? Did your wife has money in that house? He said yes, because we rented the house together. I was one that did the furnish of the house, painting, wiring, and everything, even the ties, the sitting room, there is no ties there. I was one that called the person that came to do the ties. All this evidence, I have the phone number of everybody that worked for me in that house, that I can say that I was the one that furnished all the house. Only for me to know yet now that my husband said I cannot move in because of a new wife that just born. That was how my sister just called me and see. This is what your husband said, though, that you can never, there is nothing can never brought you inside unless if I'm ready to come, that I should let him know that we invite area boys that will pack my things at the back of the gate outside. What I wrote from my heart is that me that did not commit any adultery, the house we rented together, why will you tell me to, why will you say you pack my things at back of the gate outside? No, it can't work. That was what brought me here this afternoon.
which one? You had to throw your things out of the
That
house.
he said I can't enter and pick my things
How
because
long,
of his
how
new
long,
wife.
how long have you left the house?
I left immediately that thing happened. I was with my mom. They gave me 14 days. Since going to 3 years now, 2 years plus.
3 years plus.
2 years plus. It will be 3 years, August 23 this year.
How old were the kids when he was dropping them on the road after picking them?
The other one was 8 to 9 then. Then the smaller one was 4 to 5 then.
How many are there?
There are two boys.
What are the kind of properties you have in your house?
A lot of things I have. I have a wardrobe, I have shoe rack, I have washing machine, I have big drum, I have big generator, a lot of things in the kitchen. I have a hot plate, two-face hot plates, a lot of kitchen equipment in the kitchen. Then my wedding things on top of the wardrobe, and my clothes are there because I was unable to pick anything. He changed the key to the house.
Have any of you approached law courts
No,
for
no,
a
not at
divorce?
all. No.
Let me see the paper. Though I cannot ascertain the original whatever from this your photocopy. Have you gone to that place to know if this marriage is arranged marriage or remarriage that both of you did in court?
You mean the local governments?
The local government?
Yes.
How old was the marriage before you left the place?
It was about 9 to 10. Let me say 9 to 10 because I had my boy before we did wedding. My
Nine
first
to
boy.
9 to 10 years.
It's about 8. Let me say 8 years.
But you haven't also had issues in the marriage before the incident of
Not
accident?
really. Only thing I noticed is that he's used to going to his family to tell them what happened in the house. I noticed that when I'm about to give birth to my first son, he's used to going to his family. Whatever that happens in the house, he will go there and report. And again, there is another thing is that they prefer us going to their church. His dad is a clergyman, so they wanted every of his kids and the wife to attend the same church with them. But due to my work at times, I will did night duty before I can close from work. When I handed over by 8, before I finish, it will be around 9. So for me to go back home by nine
Where do you
thirty,
work?
I work at Amcad Hospital as youth on Ablegba. So our church is at Ilepa at Ifo. So getting on at times, I used to be very tired at times. I'm unable to go to the church. From there, I noticed throughout that week, my husband will misbehave at home. And he's used to going to the house, telling them everything that happened in the house, even without anything. He will tell me he's going to work. He used to go to the house like 3, 4 times in a week. He will tell me he's going to work. Before you see it, he has gone to their house, table everything that happened. That my father-in-law will now call church member to tell them this is what happened. It's the wife of that person that will call me. Did we have any quarrel? I will say no. That this is what your husband came to tell his dad, that just take it easy, that the Lord will fight for you, that don't fight with him. That was what I noticed in that.
Okay, let's hear from him.
Okay.
I don't even know what to say because how much you have just said, they are all fallacy.
Control your word and let your word be safe.
So what really happened is that I married to her legally. From where she started, we sent her an errand, quite alright. And she came back that day exactly 6 o'clock, which I did not even see her.
When did she leave the house?
She went to the market. We sent her an errand. She went to the market.
In the morning or in the afternoon?
She went in the afternoon. Then she came back exactly 6 to 7. I was not around. So I was told that my daddy said he begged her to stay. He said she has a patient at Meron to treat. That she will prefer staying there. That was on Friday after the treatment. Then she left. I did not see her. So the surprise there is that in the morning,
Sorry, your daddy wanted her to stay behind.
that it has gone late. She left around 9 o'clock
Is it a family house?
of our daddy's house.
Okay.
Understand? So in the morning, that's how she called. Instead of her to call me, she called my younger brother that she had an accident. Daddy told me that, would you go there? I said, I will not go there. She is supposed to call me being the husband. But daddy begged me that go there. Go and make your duty. Then I went there. I helped her to massage the left hand. Then I asked her that would I drop money for X-ray? She said no. That our hospital will cater for everything. Then I dropped 1,000. I left. Then the following Sunday, they have their anniversary. I came to her house, that's her mother's house, with the food that we prepared to give her own share. So ever since then, she has been in that their house right there.
Hold on, please. Holy and your group, please. You that some of you keep quiet and listen to the complaint and know how this matter can be resolved. Otherwise, you just move yourself out because you are distracting so many people with your comment, Jeremiah, and all that and all that. Please, you have to stop that. Any case that is not officially, registered in this office, we don't treat it. We are not bloggers. This is what you should understand. We are not bloggers. This is our human rights office page, and everything that we order of our members, our legal department, everybody that is advising on this case is connected to. We're not bloggers that if people posted something on social media, you go and pick and be spreading it. So if you are here and you are here because of this case, then you have to be attentive. If I see anything unrelated comments on this as we are going on now, I will block you. And that is what I'm going to do. And you will not be returned back. Go ahead, please.
So ever since then, I've been visiting their place. Maybe I come back from office, I will go to her, play with her, and go back home. I stay in command. So for about 2 months, she refused to come home. There was a day that my landlord called me that this woman sent a person to the house to pack a clothes. Then I was not around, I was at Ibadan. Then by the time he told me, I said, Daddy, I don't even know what to do. That this woman, she has recovered from the sickness, the accident, and she has been going to work every day. So ever since then the man said, why can't you go and report her to her mother? I said, maybe that's what I'm going to do. Then the following day, I have a call in my office at Ibadan. I have to report to Ibadan. Then the following Sunday, I test her, making 2 months plus. I test her that if you did not come home from Sunday to Wednesday, forget about this marriage.
Where was she staying?
She stayed with her mother.
What kind of accident? Did she have
Just a minor accident, which he only went to the hospital and they refer her back home.
No fracture.
No fracture.
Okay.
So I said, after 2 months, I tell her that if you are not coming on Sunday till Wednesday, forget about this marriage. My aim is that she will come home on that day, but she refused. On Thursday, I was expecting her, nothing. On Wednesday, on Friday, nothing. Till the next week, she did not show up. I was wondering. Then I now called her that, look, don't bother to come home. I've changed my key. Don't bother to come to that place again. Then by the time she had that, after a month again, we know you communicate to. After a month again, our elderly sister called me that I should go to their father, the OLUWAFEMI. I should go and meet him that our mother has went there to report me. That's what the woman said, that our mother has went there to report me to that OLUWAFEMI. And I went to that place, to that man. I think I explained myself to him. He said, what do I want to do? I said, Daddy, I don't know this. But the man now advised, said, look, go and pray. Go and pray for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, if possible, 5 years. After you gotten a report or a result, come and tell me, I will hand over her to you. Then ever since then, I will not even call you the man that I prayed or not. I did not call her. I was thinking that she will come. I was thinking she will come. Got to the following year. Then the following year, I went to their house at my mother's place. That I felt guilty in my mind that my children are there. I must not be fighting her. They're fighting my children too. I went there with 20,000. Immediately she saw me, she told my younger brother, my younger son. Then he was 10 years plus then. He told him that she'll be running to their church, the nearest church, that the guy should not come near to me. Then the younger one came to me. I gave that guy the little boy 20,000. My woman, my wife, just collect the money and take it, give it to me back. Is that what you have been eating since? Is that this? Just start. These were a lot of things. And I told her that I know what to do. Outside, people are watching us. I told her I know what to do. Immediately, I left the place. I went to Meron, Human Rights, to report. I said that this woman, she's tired of me. Because sometimes she will go for work, she will come back late. There's a lot of time that I've reported that to her mother. That sometimes I will give her money to prepare food. She will not prepare it. She will say this. She will not prepare the food. She will just go there and say, I report her mother that, look, I'm tired of this thing. I'm a salesman. I don't like eating outside. And I like eating inside. And sometimes she will not be around because of the nature of her job. I will prepare the food by myself. So, and I went into the human rights. We explained a lot of things. The human rights people said, beg this man for what he has been doing. Resolve this issue. She said no. She remained adamant with the person that she followed, that the woman that followed her. I said no. Okay, what do you want? She said, I'm owing her money. What kind of money? She said, I borrowed the money from her. Calculate the money. She said, it's 180,000. I said, where did I borrow this money from you? Yes, and the woman said, where this 60,000? I said, madam, with this, the situation of that country, of this country by that time, 2019, is very hard. I can't pay. Because the money that she said I owed her, she used it in the house. So we wrote undertaking after that. Okay, I'll be giving them 13,000. Then the money for the school, because I do pay the school fees. She's trying to, she'll pay the book, she'll pay for the bill of the book. But I pay the school fees completely. I said, in as much she's able to take care of the children, okay, we'll divide everything. She said she's okay. Which I said, I'm okay by it too. Then, from that place, I started doing it. I go to the house to pick my children. I told them that every weekend they should be coming to my place. But she said, I can only allow me twice in a month. Then I agree with her. Then from that place,
she can only allow you
twice in a month
to see your kid.
To see my kid.
Why?
For them to come to my place. I don't know. The reason is best known to her. Out of 4 weeks, she gave me 2 weeks. If I pick them this week, the following week, I will not come there. I have to come the next one to pick. So, therein, I always go there to pick my children. Then I bought my son a phone. I bought him a phone, a small phone, that I will be able to communicate with him. I'm coming though. Okay, I'm not be coming though. What is the situation on ground though? That's the reason I bought the phone. My wife sees the phone from the little boy. The numbers that are supposed to call into blocked. And ever since then, she has blocked all my 2 lines from her own phone. For me to call her, I could not reach her again. Yeah? I look at it that, okay, I will be doing my responsibility as a man. I said, I will be carrying my responsibility as a man. Then what led to this thing is that, because at a certain time, he told me that he want to change the firstborn, my firstborn. He wants to take him to boarding school. I said, without my consent, you're supposed to inform me before doing that. Then I disagree with that He said, I'm going to take her to this thing. He's one this thing. He said, no. In as much I've been paying, so I've involved myself in payment. So you must consult me before doing that. Then later, she did not go to the school because the program was changed then. So ever since then, I've been going to the school to see my children. And she stopped me to come to my house to pick my children again. Then I called the human rights woman that this is what is going on. He said, it's there for her.
Which of the human rights?
At the Meron police station. That and the woman said, the head of the department said, I've told this woman and it's left for her, let her decide whatever thing she wants to. Because she said, I'll be bringing the children, I'll be doing a lot of things. Sometimes I will go to their house and I will eat in their mother's place. Because I was even expecting settlement that then the settlement will arise. But she did not allow that. Because I am understand? So ever since then, I've been looking that, okay, let me start looking at it. Then I paid, she said I do pay the school fee. I paid till December, this December. This December, I always pay my house rent on September. I just paid my house rent. I was looking at, okay, let me, the little shilling that left with me, that's 22,000. Let me pay to the last one. That's only what I have. Okay, if it's January, went there to pay my senior one, the first born. That's 22,000 naira. I have the receipt with me here. You understand? So, when it got to December, I text her that I'm coming to pick my children on the 23rd to 27th. I will return them 27th. She texted me back because I've been calling that line because my son too used that line. I don't know she used the line. I've been calling the line, talk to my children. If I called, they will not pick unless they cover. Then that day, I was calling the line, nobody picked. Then I now text to whomever that owns this line, please, I'll be coming so day to pick my children. I will return them I have the message here. I will return them on the 27th. Later, she texted me that, you can't come home. The children that you can't pay their school fees completely. The children you can't pay their feeding allowance completely. They don't try it. I said, I will come. But I said, I just realized that there's no need of me going to her place. So, surprisingly, I saw a call last week. Ever since then, I don't know anything about her. She don't know anything about me. I saw a call from one of my members, a church member, that Mommy Dami called her. What happened? He said she said she want to pack her load. I told the guy that tell Mommy Dami that she should call me by herself. Okay, the guy said, okay, I will tell her. And the guy told her that call Daddy Dami by yourself. Because what she said to that person that she has been calling my number, I refuse to pick. I'm a businessman, I don't joke with any call. So on getting the woman called me, that's one of her sisters that I got to know her through that woman. The woman called me. That time, where are you? I said, I'm at your boy. So can you see me? I said, I will see you. Then I went there in the evening, around 4 o'clock. Then the woman narrated everything to me that Yadami said she's coming to pick her load. I said, good. I've been calling her, I've been telling her, come and pick your belongings. If you are no more interested in me. Because her mother said a point, which I hold on to, that because my mother has a little a stroke, understand, that the day that she has accident, that divine accident, that we want to use a native way to turn the stroke onto her. That's what our mother pronounced. And I hold on to it. Our mother pronounced that, and I hold on to that. Then I said, okay, it's over between I and you. Then the woman called me that I should allow her to pay.
Stop eating my table. Otherwise, the dress back.
Okay, he said I should allow her to pick. I said I will not even hesitate her to pick her load. Come here, come and pick your load. But with a condition. The condition is that she has left me for about 3 years plus now. Now she can't come in to pick. List out your goods. Anything you have, list it out. I will pack it outside the gate for you. I stand by it. Then our sister intervened through the woman called. Her mother and sister intervened. That me. I have to come. She will follow her. She will come inside my house. I said this house that I paid, I do paid for. You can't. I didn't even have left that place. Where would you locate me? Then I told her, if she tried to come to my place, I'm going to beat her. I told her on the phone.
You are going to beat me.
I'm going to beat her. Your sister, another sister. For her coming to my room without my consent. I told her. Then she said, I know she's going to come. She didn't have herself. If you like, come. But for you not to take your goods, list them out. I'm going to give it to you. So surprisingly, I saw a letter that I have to visit here. Then I have to schedule my program to come in on that issue. So for her telling me that our church, our father wants her to come to our church, all this and that, and all this. That is, before I married her, I called her. This is the church I'm going. Would you follow me? Because I will never accept a woman that I marry not to follow me to my church. She said she will follow me.
Which one is your church?
CNS Church.
What is CNS?
Children and Celebrity Church. So she said she even liked it that she will follow me. And ever since then, she has been going. But due to the nature of her job, sometimes she'll be, some Sundays she'll be in the morning. Would I force her to? Sometimes she will just be in the house that she wants to rest. I can't force her. She said, I always change my mood. There's any way I even change my mood towards her. But she's fond of this petty something. And I told her, presently, I don't accept that in my house.
How?
Thank you very much. For her bringing the first house that we are living before, she cost me parking out of the place. After spending 10 years in that place, she will bring a prophet, a little prophet, some prophet. They will be praying that that man's house has the cost. Then the wife of that woman had that issue. She reported her to her husband. That's caused what I left. That's the reason for me leaving that house. Because the man called me, the landlord. And this landlord was the one that locates you to where you are working. To the extent that the man told me that there's a way that she delivered her son and daughter, that woman, that they presented that a shaking. And she threw it away. She went to go and give to another person. To the extent that I was begging on her behalf. The man called after she has left me there. Understand? So I look at it that, look, if you don't want to dance to my tune, it's better you be on your own, let me be. But what is paramount to me is that my children. I was telling a friend of mine before I had a call, there that last week, I was even trying to look for money to pay for the senior one and also to send money to her. But she's denying me my right for me to see my children, for them to come closer to me. That is it. Then I said, okay, so it be, just be taking good care of them. Later, if they are my child, if my children, they will come to me. If they are not, let it be with you. Actually, she had that I gave birth to a baby. Yes, it is true. She's like my girlfriend because she caused it. For about 3 years now, she has left my place. And I'm a complete man. And I always stand on my policy, on my right. But I'm not married to that person. Coming to my place, you can't meet a woman in my house. But she insisted that she wants to come because anytime I go to their place, I don't go to their room. I always stay outside and discuss. Then, when she allowed me, I always stay outside. To the extent that the street people will come. Let them don't mind. Just be going. Let them don't mind that. Just be going. And I will be going. After insulting me, I will not say anything. That's why I don't move closer to her. By the time my children were coming to me, they will ask me, my first one, you don't have to know anything about her mother. I said, there's nothing concerned me. I'm less concerned about their mother. So what I want to do is that pay your school fees and pay your feeding money so that I will not be a man that is not responsible. The little one I'm collecting, let me share it. They asked me there, how much are you collecting? I said, we do have things now in the country. I collected 50,000. So,
salary.
a salary, because of the constraint of this Nigeria and the economic problem.
You mean self-paid salary or you are working in a place?
Huh?
Self-paid salary or you are working for someone? Yeah,
You see, that is self-paid salary.
Self-paid salary.
Yes, which they give me monthly. You understand? Then out of it, I do pay the school fees. I will struggle to pay the school fees. Then pay their 10,000 every month, and I have to go round to the market. So that is it. Then whatever thing she want to do, let her come and do it. But I still stand on my right that if she want to pack her load, let her come. I will list out your the belongings, and I will give it to you. And by the time you come to my place, I'm not empty. I have a lot of things that a man supposed to have as a bachelor. You know that. To the extent of blending machine, I have those things. So that's the one that you bought. I will give it to you. Then later I will buy mine. So that is I was surprised for her inviting me. That's it.
From her statement, you said you were picking the children, dropping them on the road.
No way. For my house is still there.
Use your mic.
I don't do that. I only did that once.
Meaning you have done that.
I've done that once.
Okay.
Reason why is that the day I went there, the way her mother was talking to me, and her own action. Then I got to let's assuming this is the junction of the house, that's a U-turn bus stop. I took them to the close of the road, all because I did not branch inside their house. Their house is beside the road, the inside the street. Then I dropped them because I did not tell them that, look, oh, mama, this is the children do. I always stop them here and they trek in just in 2 seconds, in a tickle of eyes, they will go to the house. Then talking about my church member who bring them. Sometimes my church member will bring motor from Oshodi. Then they will go through the street, back to their street, entry. They will drop the children and they will drive up. Then our mother challenged me that I should not be bringing I should not allow those people to be bringing them. I should be bringing them by myself. Then ever since then, I've changed. I always gone there, pick them, return them. Personally, to the extent that when they are doing their 8 days their grandmother's burial, they gave me akara and a head to show that there's no any grudges. So I'm surprised that I said, who is always bigger, that's why she reported me. No.
You said you are living with a woman, not that you are married to the woman.
I'm not living with a woman presently. I have a girlfriend.
I have a baby for you.
I have a baby for me.
Did you borrow money from her? Use the mic until I said give her the mic.
Okay. Did I borrow money from her? When we are together, I do borrow money from her. Sometimes I pay. Sometimes I give her money too. So,
listen to me.
The question you asked me.
The answer should be straight. Did you borrow money from her?
Did I borrow money from her?
Yeah.
Yes.
How much?
I could not remember. I don't know how much. Because we are husband and wife.
Hold on. Hold on, Mike. That your husband and wife borrowed is borrowed. Business is business.
Yeah.
You have a business establishment and you are director and your wife is also a director in the company. There's nothing that will say because you are husband and wife, if there is a share ratio, hers should not be given to her or yours should not be given to you. I'm a married woman, right? And if I borrowed my husband money or he borrowed money from me or I borrowed money from him, borrowed is borrowed. And if he demand for it, I will give it to him. That is a different thing entirely. That you are spending money in the house as a family man and she's spending equally as a family woman or as a wife, and she woke up overnight and decided to demand for what she has spent in the house or what you have spent on the children. These are two different things. You understand me? So how much did you borrow?
I did not borrow money from her in that aspect. Let me correct myself for them. She has been spending money on the children. And she one day told me that I borrowed you this money. That's it. And by the time we want to get the house back there, she made mention it. She made the paint, she did the painting and the rewiring work, which I paid for the house.
Okay.
It's an agreement between two of us.
Hold on. Give her mic. Explain that aspect. How did you borrow the money?
Thank you, ma'am. The landlord gave him a quick notice. The former house we are living, because he's owing them there, and he gave him quick notice. All what he's saying, the other thing is rubbish. It's nothing.
Control your words.
Sorry,
When
sorry,
you get
ma'am.
to his house, if both of you have been insulting yourself, do that in your house.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
don't
Sorry.
do that in the public.
Yes, ma'am.
And one, let me tell you, maybe you have been watching me.
Yes, ma'am.
You know that, right? Any woman that cannot represent me or represent other women with dignity, I will disgrace you. Right?
Yes,
If you are no more married, at least it's senior you.
yes,
And Africa, we have tradition.
yes,
So be mindful of your words.
sorry.
Go ahead.
He is owing the landlord. That was why the landlord gave us quick notice. And after the quick notice, he said he has 150,000 with him. 150,000. Okay. How are we going to
You are
do
living
it?
in that house.
We are living together in the same
And
in the
he's your
house.
husband.
He's my husband.
And you supported in the rent.
Everything.
Hold on, I want to know the
Yes.
money you said you borrowed him. Is it rent? Is it just to say, give me money, I want to run
For
a
house
business?
rent.
Madam, drop that mic. Let me do other things.
Yes.
Why have you been denying him access to the children that you are giving him conditions? See the children 2 weeks and the other 2 weeks you should not.
This thing is
Use the
not,
mic.
it's not from him. It's from the human rights you take me to.
That.
The woman said he wanted to collect the kids from me. The
How?
woman now said he wanted to collect the kids from me, that he's not more interested in me, that I should go away. The woman now said they can't give the kids to him, that what happens in Nigeria now that is that many kids now, due to that they are not with their moms, they turn to something else, that since I'm able to take care of the kids, that he should allow the kids to be with me, that he can't collect the kids and go and be dropping them to his parents at the village, that I should be with the kids, that everybody has access, that now the kids can go to him 2 weeks, they will stay with me to 2 weeks. That was what they told us at the woman rights, and there is an undertaking for it.
And the kids stay with you 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and he
stay
too will
with
come
them.
and pick them 2 weeks.
And the kids will stay with him for 2 weeks.
No, the weekends he will come and pick them Friday because of his work. Nobody the kids will stay with. On weekends, Friday will come and pick them and drop them on Sunday evening.
Meaning you are in custody of the children now. This is not 2 weeks and 2 weeks. Assuming the kids stay with you Monday to Sunday for 2 weeks, and he picked the kids Monday to Sunday for 2 weeks.
That was
Then excuse me, meaning the kids are spending equal time with both of you.
no.
Okay, but you are in custody of the kids.
Yes.
He's only coming to see the kids. Oh my God. Okay, I'll go through it. He was only coming to see the kids.
No, you come and pick them on Friday.
That is what I'm saying.
Yes.
That is what the period. If he had the intention of running with the kids, the 1 hour you give the kids to him, he will go away with them. That is one. Then number 2, you are in custody of the children. And if you deem it fit, having time every day, okay, you are because the children are in your custody. I want to be coming every day to be seeing the kids.
Yes.
That is, should be his own concern. If you are at home, provided the children are at home, or his visit is not disturbing the education of the children, then there is no problem. But you giving him the condition because you are the mother of the kids. If you have to see the kids 2 weeks, after 2 weeks you should not come.
No, I'm not
and
the one. It's from the human rights.
No, that is not a good resolution.
It's from the human
But
rights.
the kids are with you.
They are
There's a
with
difference
me.
between custody and visiting, as in both of you have equal custody of the children. If the kids are to stay with you for 2 weeks, and you pick the kids, they stay with you, after 2 weeks you return it, then that is equal custody of the kids. But the kids are with you permanently.
Yes, ma'am.
And he comes to visit the kids. And
No, he used to come and pick them home.
that he used to come and pick them.
Yes,
Visit,
yes.
because the children are not staying with him.
They
The
will
children stay
for
with you, but
like,
the children will stay with him for weekends.
yes, ma.
And he returns them.
On Sunday.
And you are telling him you cannot come, and not that you are the one taking the kids to him. He comes to pick them.
Yes.
And the kids are not in boarding school.
Mm.
They return home daily.
Yes.
And he wants to see them 4 times in the week, in a month. And you want him to see them 2 times in a month.
That's what she wants.
It's not me. It's not my decision. It's from the human rights, and he accepted it.
Hold on. If I give you a conclusion here that is not going to be favorable to you, you have right to reject it. One thing is for you to preside. Another thing is for you to look into the matter fairly, even in court. And it's the reason why people appeal when they feel they are not comfortable with the judgment of the conclusion of that case. I hate anybody, be you man or woman, denying your spouse full access to your kids or to the kids, because you cannot what is it called? His activities in the life of the children can never be covered by you, except he's dead. And even if he's dead, God forbid, the vacuum is always there. Vacuum of mother is always there. And God has not made mistake to allow children to come out from both sex. So whatever be the issue between you and a man or a woman should not affect the upbringing and the benefits that the kids derive from the both parents. Deny the kids their father fully access to them is as good as you are also creating space, connection between the children and their father. And no laws permit that. Which you can also do that. You can't move your children and seize the kids from you and deny you access to the kids. Both of you have equal rights, access to your kids. Without him, you can't bring forth the children. Without you, he cannot bring forth the children. So that should be addressed properly. Okay, I heard you say he paid school fees for the only one of the child. Or for how long has he been doing that?
He did that for just 2 terms. The other one, initially, I wanted him to go to boarding house, which I've been processing it. Then I told them at the human rights day that I've been processing this. His junior brother now said, my brother, do you want your child to go to boarding house? No, he's not going. The woman now said, you are stupid. That why will you talk on behalf of your brother that the child is not going to boarding house? That you shouldn't put your mouth into this issue. Allowed your brother to talk about it. He now said, no, my son will never go to boarding house. He now came to the house again to shout on me that he's the owner of the son, that his son is not going to boarding house. There is nothing me I can do. This and there's an old man around the house. That man now called me that I should leave him, that I should allow the boy to join their schools in secondary school, because their school has a secondary school. That was how I took the boy back to their secondary school. Since then, their dad never asked, he has never paid for that boy. He did not even bother to ask me how much I spent for boys to enter the secondary school there. He has never asked for the boys' bill since that day. This time now, he has never asked about their bill or their feeding. He has not even called them this time, because at times I do buy card on my phone for the kids to call him, that they should tell him, they ask them to bring their school fees. They will call him, we tell them he's coming to the school, which he will not go to the school.
You said it's only 2 terms. Oga, you said you just paid once.
Yes.
Give him the money.
Yes. This from on the 30/6/2021, I paid 20,000 to Namori. And this on the 30/6/20,000, I paid 20,000 to Damilola. That's true. Then the last one for December, that's on the 1st December. To Damori, I paid 22,000 naira.
It's still remaining.
That's it, 22,000 naira, which I paid.
And Damilola one is still remaining.
Then Damilola's own, OLUWAFEMI, that's on the 9th. This is another direct to complete this. I only paid this on December.
Not completed.
And this is the bill given to me. Then I'm supposed to pay Damilola's 26,000. But then I have 22,000. I went there to pay 22,000.
instead of 26.
No, instead of I paid 22,000 for the second one.
Allow him to go.
This is
What is it?
This 22,000. The tuition fees for the Amore, that second born. I paid clearly 22,000. Then for the first one, I supposed to pay 26,000, which I was aiming to pay for January. But what prompted me not to pay is that by the time I test her that I'm coming to pick my children for 23, 23rd to 27, which she refused. I said, okay, let me hold on to that. I will not pay anything again.
No, that is wrong.
That's what prompted me not to pay. I said it, obviously. That's what prompted me not to pay. Because she's denying me my right to see my children to play with them.
Then you are denying the children their rights. And their children, they are you. That is a mistake some of you made. And that is the also evil that some of us women do to our children. If you have kids and their father demands to see them every day, provided you take responsibility of the children for the betterment of those kids, you cooperate. Otherwise, take full responsibility of the kids, or you take up with his own condition. Yes, not paying your children's school fees because she deny you access to the kids, picking them that day, is as good as trying to give your children a setback. And you understand?
I understand.
And at the end, even if they have reputation, at the end you will still pay again. So the best thing to do is to have focus on the future of the kids, which is your retirement. Because at your old age, these are the children that you are retiring to not have eventually. So if you look at some attitude that if you are not careful in your decision, you take the decision against yourself. From the statement of both of you, I did not see much reason why this marriage should crash. That both of you cannot just put normal senses together to be together for the sake of these children. This marriage has never been a toxic marriage. What I mean, it's not a marriage that you are beating her, wounding her, throwing her things out and all that. It's not a marriage that she wake up hitting you, narrating you, or flirting around with other men or you with other women. I've been waiting patiently to see what is the real reason of both of you not being together. I have not seen serious reason. Meaning both of you lack wisdom on how to manage people. If you lose your marriage because of these excuses you are giving, it's not a cause. You need to work on yourself very well to still learn how to live with another man. If you could not wait after 3 years, sir, and however, as a man or blood run into you, you are not able to control your urge, and you could not have sex safely. And as a Christian, as a clergy son or a clergy in the church, you are not able to control yourself, thinking, yes, as a man of God or as a Christian, the temptation is bound to happen. And if people come to you asking your hand or seeking for your counseling in church, or your dad counsel you as a clergy of a church concerning marriage, would you expect or encourage the person because you are having issue in your marriage, go ahead and be having an extramarital affair or having sex with a man or a woman here and there? No, I believe your dad cannot give you such counsel. So a situation at times that I understand that marriage is one of the things that devil fights a lot, tooth and nail, morning, day and night. It's not what anybody will wake up and say, my marriage is perfect, because if you're perfect in this way, another trouble is coming from left. If you manage your own, the devil will strike through your husband. If the husband tries to manage, it will come through the wife or the children. But as long as you are still living, to have focus in life, when temptation arrives, ability to manage that crisis at that point in time matters a lot. As adults, as children of God and everything you think you are. You guys are trying to go your separate way, not considering the upbringing of the children. Upbringing of kids is not just to pay school fees, sir.
Yes, sir. Mm.
It's not just to take the kids and stay with them 2 weeks or even every month. Spend 4 days with the kids, Friday to Sunday, return them, Friday to Sunday, return them. It's not enough, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your children need to see you. They need to bond with you. They need fatherly advice. They need fatherly caution. They need fatherly scolding. They need guidance applicable to this woman. If you married her as a busy person, at times, if you are working as a single man, a single woman, and you eventually settle down and children started moving in, you find alternative because it's not your personal job. So as to train your own kids. Because if your parents abandon you and choose job to you, you will never become what you are today. And your children should be your priority. You can resign and start from somewhere because of what? They are what you are retiring to your old age. But if you work and work and work morning till night, you are not there for the kids in the afternoon. You are not there in the evening. You are not there in the morning. All what you think you are doing is you are working, they are not lacking clothes. They are dressing well. They are eating well. That is not what the kids need. Yes, it's part of what they need, but they need you. Children of how many years have been highly defiled, both boys and girls. I'm not talking about only girls. Boys, children, age 3, 4 and above. Before you know, somebody has started penetrating on them. A homosexual has started harassing them, penetrating on their anus. We have series. When I say the highest cases we have ever gotten, both the one we treated live and treated off camera, is child pedophile and domestic violence. And how do we curb it? Is the cooperation of the parents. Where you are not there, a man should be there. Where the man is not there, the woman should be there. Your work costs you respect that you ought to have given to your father-in-law. Thank God he overlook it, considering that you have a life that you need to save them. It's more or less like a pastor or doctor. But at the point, will you do all these things and your children will not amount to good children in life? God forbid. There is what you need to plan now. Ego and pride take nobody anywhere. Go and quote me anywhere. No matter the level of your education, no matter the height of your beauty, no matter the level of your financial status, once pride and ego entered you, you are already losing. You appear here. If the marriage ends today, don't forget he's the father of your children. Both of you have shared something in common in the past and now, because the kids are involved. And you could not even consider that this is the father of my children. You said he's talking rubbish. And that is what the children are to learn from you. That your son is expecting the wife to call him a rubbish person or a man that is talking rubbish in the public by his wife. Or if you have a daughter, if she grew up, after all, I watched my mother calling that my father was talking rubbish. Upbringing of children matters a lot. It's not money. Your character matters. And as a woman, we are expected to at least have the patience more when it comes to marriage. This is not boyfriend and girlfriend. At least both of you cross a level to the extent of having wedded in a law court. Then you that move out of your house, what if your parents are not living in Lagos? Familiarity. You left your marriage, you land in your mother's house. What if they are not in Lagos and the accident happened? Where would you go? Will you live in the hospital without returning back to your house? And your husband asks you, come back, not that you have a fracture. Madam, what stop you waking up and go back to your matrimonial home where you have your husband and children? Why, as an adult, why can't your mother advise you, go back to your home? Because that is not your house. Your matrimonial home is your house. Because if your mother had left your father back to her parents, she will not be in that house and you will go back there. You will go back to your village, to her own village. And when you make mistake, don't drag too much to return back. Trace your step. There is nothing in this life. Moving from one man to another pain nobody. You can only move out when your life is at stake. But this kind of minor, I call it minor, and did not even see any reasonable excuse from the mouth of your husband. Neither did I hear a reasonable excuse from your own mouth as a woman that have gotten 2 children in marriage. And you did not think of, let's talk it over. If it's apology, let there be apology. If it is repentance, let there be repentance. However, you go back for your kids. It's only street women that have nothing at home or have no kids or anything. I say, no, let's move on, go, let me go. Have not heard you that this man is not assisting. Have not heard you say he has been beating you. Have not heard you that he has been throwing your things out. Have not heard you that you caught him with a girl. Have not heard you that he said he's sleeping with your herself or any other thing related to this. And why would you just wake up and encourage yourself to be gallivanting about, and you have children? And what you are reporting here is that you want to go and kick your things. If I'm given opportunity to advise both of you, the kids need both of you, not the way you are going, not the way you are going back. These kids need both of you. You guys should stop dragging these children up and down and toying with their destiny. If you are coming back late, at least you even get home before you. Don't go back late. You can still say it in your every married women where you are working, there's always a consideration. Otherwise, you resign and go to other place that they will still give you, grant you little time to look over your children. Or you save out of your salary and go into self-employed business. Do your petty business that you do have your little gain and you take care of your children. I don't think I am going to resolve in you picking the things. I will only want to resolve in you going back to your matrimonial home. If it were around this office to come in, go to the family of the guy, come to your family and let there be peaceful resolution, we are ready to do that. For what? For the sake of these innocent children. So many children on the street today. We are having robbers. You too, I'm talking about, go and watch crime. Watch crime on social media, watch crime on police crime rate record. Do you think it's adult of your husband that is committing the crime? No. How old are they? 15, 14, even 13 upwards. Did they just started that attitude at that moment? No. From age 9, 8, 7. Children nowadays are very intelligent. It's not like old children that you have to grow up to 40 years before you have sense. You might be surprised that what you don't know, your children of 10 years know it and have to browse it on your phone. But you have no single idea as an adult. I thank God that this case have not gotten to court. None of you have filed divorce. My earnest advice to both of you is to resolve this matter amicably. Restore back, return this family back, and let devil be put to shame. And let these children have father and mother waking up in the morning, see them, forgive each other. whoever that have had child for whatever, know you are legally married. And let me tell you, my sister, women out there, they are extraordinary desperate. When I say desperate, shamelessly desperate. That they can do anything to destroy your home. Is left for you as a woman to use your wisdom as a woman of virtue that can keep her home for the sake of the sacrifice you have made in that house. Don't let nobody wake up because they want to entangle your husband with child. Then you allow him not to have access to his children, or both of you will not stay together to train your children. Tell that devil he has lost. There's nothing out there. I believe he cannot tell me since he play around with the woman that give birth that she have not offended him. It's not possible. You must have seen a lot, right?
A lot.
I'm telling you, the issue is this, which if we are coming out again to run on our program, let me tell you something, sir. When you are having issue in your marriage, this is what men and women does. And in that period, you approach a woman. That woman might be worse than your wife. That man might be worse than your husband. But that period you are having issue and they notice there is a vacuum. They want to take advantage of both of you. Who want to toast this woman will say heaven and earth and condemn your attitude as if he is the saint and the angel sent to this earth. Once a woman is aware of what your wife is doing that you don't like, she might be worse than that. But that pretense, she will pretend it until she destroy the home. Then you see the best devil afterwards. Here, before we refer case to court, then if you listen to the final conclusion, you will know that it's worth referring to court. Before we allow husband and wife to dissolve, if you hear the outcome, you will know it's worth dissolve. But before God and man, I did not see issue between you and your wife. I've seen some areas in her which we can on our own, other women and counselor work on her and advise her on how to keep her home, keep her children and you. And that is the only thing I believe I should talk about, not how to come and pick the notes. Do you understand me? Barrister? Yeah. This issue, I'm not going to talk anything about the picking of the things. I want to give you appointments. Talking to you. I want to see you. Okay? I want to see you. What is your work schedule on Tuesday?
On Tuesday.
Do you usually have off?
Presently now I'm on leave. I'll resume back on Wednesday.
Okay, resume back on Wednesday. Okay, so Tuesday you are free?
I'm free on Tuesday.
What time to what time?
From morning to from let me say from 12:01, between 12:01. I'm free.
Let me ask something. I should do on Tuesday. How many cases do you continue?
Two.
What
The
time?
next week, what's one?
What time?
I told.
Okay. You will see me um between 9 and 10.
In the morning.
Yes. So I'll be able
On
to
Tuesday.
on Tuesday. I'll see you.
No, if I may help, I have one or two things to say.
I hope what you are about to say is not what you instigate.
No, I'm not against their marriage. Say that thing, Sade. He saw me along the way one day. He hit me. We don't want to talk together. I even saw him in the office. He called me. My sister knows him through me. She understands me, and we're working in the same place. And since this their problem, I've never intervened because I know it's just couples matter, and that is why our family said my sister should not go for divorce, she should not go and rent house. That for the meantime they can still reconcile together. But when we heard last week that he has remarried and given birth to a baby, they now called my friend, that one happens to be a colleague, and she helped me to call him. I didn't want them to have issue of class.
No, but you heard what he said.
Ma,
You hear what he said.
I heard what he
hear
said.
when I asked
I
him,
heard what he said.
is he married? Do you know what it takes to marry a woman while you have a court wedding with another
I
person?
understand.
It's a criminal offense. His lawyer is sitting here. That is bigger. Hold on. I just want to ask you again, sir. I asked you before, are you married? You said no, sir. That you have a baby within a period of 3 years. Within a period of 3 years, anything could have happened. If she have taken decision as a woman that on her own also decided to move on with her life. So let's not be one-sided. If you leave your marriage, even some are still in marriage, and probably the man is working somewhere, it involves self-discipline, right? I've seen people that are both still in marriage, the man is working somewhere, but because of the absence of the wife or the husband, some women they are in marriage and they will conceive while they are still in the man's house. You ask reason why, they say the man left them for abroad, he overstayed, and that before he comes back, he's not, she can't just keep sitting like that and she move on. So if it is this, now that he said before his lawyer that he is not married, just have kids, then it doesn't, anything could have happened even if they are two. Do you understand me? And I'm not saying hatred, that he doesn't want his wife or his family back. Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
So I know what I'm talking.
I also don't wish them something.
Yeah, I know what, before I make a step to make this kind of statement, I've been reading their body language. They are not stupid. I was reading his body language, I was reading her body language. So if you are in marriage and your younger sister is having this kind of issue, the issue is that the error is from everybody. Himself, yourself, your sister, and or even the family.
I once told
His
Mr.
family
Adema-
most
okay, hey,
especially.
don't say anything.
They are the
I
cause of
once told
this.
Mr. Adema, please.
Hmm.
Ade is
When
my
I
friend.
see you
We are
on
good friends.
Tuesday,
I know
I
him
will
before he
explain
married my sister.
some things
And
to
up to
you.
the day we abuse each other because of the
Continue.
middle
What's wrong?
of picking load or not. We have never had this. That is him sitting there. I disputed with him that day because he told me that my sister does not have access to that house again because she has another house. And I told him that
She said
keep quiet.
woman.
Keep quiet. I told him that
Even you yourself,
that house.
you jump full your body. You no go let anybody talk. The man no go talk, woman no go talk.
I told him that that house still remain my sister's matrimonial home since she's still legally married to you. And since you have decided that you are putting another lady there, if it's to pick and load, I will come with her so that no problem. As we settle the matter, I'm so okay with it. So, but what I want them to know is that I told Mr. Adewan that this marriage clashes because you and your wife doesn't know what it takes to marry. You are like parents into your marriage. Both my own parents and your own parents, they are the
Stage by
cause.
stage. Hold on first. Stage by stage, one after the other. Hmm? If a tree fall down, you can't take the tree to make firewood. You have to cut the tree first into pieces of firewood before you use it to set fire. Hmm? Allow it stage by stage. Now the tree has fallen. Before you go into that, definitely you cut the tree step by step. So let's forget about all this talk first. There is nobody, I said it, that is the error of everybody. I did not assign error to him, to her, to anybody or anything. It's for everybody. And I see the reason why I say it's for everybody. If you're approaching peace, there are some words you don't release. If you are calling for resolution, there are some things you don't say. You can use wisdom to talk the surface of it, and you let this person know this is your error, this is your error, and this is your error. These people are adults, right? And they must have learned from their own mistake too. Yeah. When you are married, the man asks you leave, leave, leave. You feel if you leave, that is the end of your life. Then you discover if you leave, you will not die. When the woman said, no, I'm going, and whatever, the man would think if he ends in that marriage, that will be the end of his life. At the end, you know it's not the end of your life. But at the end of it all, our life should be a life of legacy. Let's not live life that nobody will want to emulate. Live life that people will wish, you are my role model. I want to be like you. You understand me? If Mr. Oluwafemi, at the stage you are now is a stage that you are equal to everything. Equal to everything as in you are matured in all standards to run it, to be a president of a country, governor of a country, husband to wife, pastor of a church, imam of Muslim and everything. So if you fail in your leadership, then you fail forever. You are not a kid that your father will tell you how to manage your home. She's not a kid that her sister have to tell her, go to your marriage. But we are going to go into that. Let me see you on Tuesday. My time is very, very precious. My time, listen to me, my time is very precious. That I ask you to see me. My time I'm going to have with you is not going to be more than 10 minutes. I talk straight. I believe they say, who have ear, let him hear. If you have sense, you conceive my word. My 10 minutes is very precious to me because if I'm not sitting doing something here, I should be somewhere doing something positively and important. Not to come here to come and judge heaven and earth to you. I just want to have a 10-minute discussion with you as a fellow woman. Thereafter, we'll call you for another meeting. You get me?
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much for
Thank
being
you.
Thanks.
Thank you. You know, I wish some of you will know. Please have it at the back of your mind. Close that door, please. That in most cases, I know some of you have problem because you only jump from page to pages to be causing confusion. At my quiet time, I'm going to go through your comments one after the other. Some of you that need to be blocked will block you. The one that needs to be pardoned will pardon. The one that needs to be trashed will trash. Because I know some of you are the husband snatcher that move around up and down. So it will be aching you. You will feel like running mad when you see that they want to reconcile husband and wife because you are one of the side chick that disturb people in their marriage. You will not feel comfortable. Why this, that you are not comfortable? Let the woman move on with her life. Let her move on, let the man move on. Because you are one of the side chick of another married man. I know some of you yes, I know some of you from your comments will really know the kind of human being you are. Because if you listen to these people and a woman live married for 3 years, even if the man is wrong, live married for 3 years, and the man's okay. You heard from the man, he's on national TV. He said he's not married, he have a child, and however, and due to the absence of the wife, she caused it because she refused to return back home and all that. if you are going in for something, you don't just wake up and begin to hit the person, this is your fault, this is your fault. Out of shame, the person may not want to admit his or her fault at that moment. Achieve that your purpose first, then you can chastise the person, the error of that person, and how the person will, that error will not repeat itself again. So try, if you are holding on to anybody's husband, leave him alone. No matter how they quarrel, allow them to quarrel and move on with their life. Because some of you that is hitting, the woman should not go back. What do you want the woman to do? The man, some of you, your husband have even up to 5 children outside. And some of you have already started having children for people's husband. And that is why all what you need, okay, the man should move on with the side chick that born baby, and let the wife that been suffering with it go. That is your business. If your tega, if your husband have that, that is your business. If she choose to go, some of you that always have fake name on social media will always, maybe you are the man side chick sef, who knows, say you should not live with the man. Go and live with the man, as you don't want her to live with the man. Go there, go and live with the man. The robots. I'll be back, Jerry. I'm not carrying out this coming. Today is Friday. They're talking about the one now that we have seen. Nobody has seen if I ask this woman if the woman has ever had any extramarital affair since the man and the woman have not been together. Because the man own produce child. We have not asked. The only thing is to block me. I can't beat you. If you're in front of me, then I know what to do to you. Love, where have you been? If they ask this woman, have you done anything with any man since 3 years ago, let us come and ask yes or no, as I want us to dig it. If I want to dig, I can dig. Even I will still bring Bible, I'll bring Quran, I'll bring Ugu, I'll bring everything. Let's put it here. Oga, you do? He said yes. Madam, have you done anything? Yes or no? Let's hear. Let the woman say, it is 3 years ago, I have not done anything. Now wetin person do for, say na result of pregnancy na im dey show who do something, or when cassava cast na una know who dey do something behind the scene. But if you never cast, you go leave that rat inside that hole o. Make na respect na sef, as na wise reach. She go say no, abi, no problem. The man won produce child, but no problem, I believe she did not do, it's possible. Felicity Kuyet, the number is 08033024550. Please, Catherine Dion, please, I want you to private chat me on 08033024550 so that I can give you details on the request of the air condition you promised last time. But they're already writing the quotation of what it's going to cost. I'll be back in a moment. Thank you very much. Now they laugh. I dey keep una matter close, and I wan dig am, I wan go scratch am out. Respect yourself. No mind chairman. Chairman took me to social media without my consent, without my approval. Can you imagine? I was just sitting down quietly on my own, chewing my apple, enjoying the apple. I was not even trying to be, I never wanted to be psychedelic with it too. I was just chewing it in my natural way. And Chairman just sit by the corner videoing me, both my hair, my skull, my scalp, everything. Can you imagine? Including my everything. There's no problem. As per say na him be chairman, na him be the oga of the other room. I no fit question him. I wanted to drop the video, but I still leave am for am. Since e feel say na so I suppose be, no problem. I leave am like that. At least for a different look. At least na see another side with my CDM. Can you imagine that man looking for my trouble here and there? I was supposed to report him yesterday, but I just overlook. I said, okay, since you guys did not complain, let me just, yeah. I wanted to file a case for him bringing me to social media without my consent. I did not sign consent. We went online. The man said, no, he has not signed. No, I went through it and I noticed the man did not sign. We don't have a choice than to drop and come up with the social. Can you imagine? No problem. Thank you. All right, I'll be back in a moment. Today is Friday. I'm bringing it before you people now. The court is here. You are the court. I'm already filing.